We, the Shining team, are proud and happy to present and bring back to life the brave queen of Shivagangai, Rani Lakshmibai. She was a powerful queen. She was the first one to fight against the British. She was trained in archery, martial arts, and horse riding, and she raised her own army to fight against the British, and she finally succeeded in that. We, the Shining team, are now just doing a mime on how she is going to actually solve the problems of the current scenario. Let's see what happens.
a land with an absolutely stunning landscape, ethnicity, and a diverse culture, has been in a tremendous state recently. Certain incidents that shook the nation have made us ask the question of whether our humanity is in an endangered position. It is true that humans tend to evolve in the cusp of crisis. It is high time that we do. In a northeastern state of India, which will remain nameless, there lies a town with enough tools, technology, and less common sense, which has made us to realize that this is a deadly combo. A guy, to satisfy his own personal vengeance, made an anonymous message through WhatsApp about a man who, in his message, was a child kidnapper for the purpose of organ trafficking. The detailed identities of that person were described, and it was made to ensure that if that person were ever caught, it would likely be his last day. The message went viral in that state, and to everyone's horror, no one questioned its authenticity. Unfortunately, he was caught in public and murdered without questioning. Blind following had led to a death, and to worsen the scenario, people believed the rumors to be true. Rumors started to spread like wildfire, and when it reached down south, there were already 24 deaths throughout India. Let's see how the curtain unveils. Two friends working in a regular IT firm are having a chat over dinner during one pleasant evening.
Thanks, Salman. My cousin has joined an architecture engineering course. We are a family of engineers. I don't think that stream would be conquered even soon.
Yes, there's a millions of engineers, including the two of us in India. Why do the same thing which is more abandoned? We did engineering, but we are working in IT. What the hell?
Yeah.
This is not life at all. We are just surviving, want to leave, meet the people, learn new culture, enjoy the quality of breed I take, and free from stress and attention.
Yeah, it's true. So we have a trip to South India.
Yes, of course.
As agreed, the two took a leave of absence and went on with the plan. After an enjoyable 5 days, they reached the land of enchantment, Madurai. They were awestruck by the construction marvels of Cholas and Cheras. Even for Salman, the grandeur of Meenakshi temple left him speechless. They were all discussing how unnoticed the history of this great dynasty was. Since they came this far, they all agreed to go to the orphanage via rental car, and the trip would be completed. As they were traveling, it so happened that they took a wrong turn, which led them into a fisherman township. People were old-fashioned, but were aware of WhatsApp rumors spreading throughout the country.
Hi.
Hey, who do you think you are? What is it? You are giving to our children.
It's just a chocolate. They were looking at us amusement, and we felt naturally to share our eatables.
We know who you people are. Wandering at this late hour, you guys must be the two generation talking about. Child kidnappers.
What? As a kidnapper? You got kidding me? We got in an accident. We are on the way to an orphanage. Somehow we missed. Otherwise, we will be on our own way. So mind your words. Help! Please help!
Blood gushed out of their body. They were screaming for help. Out of nowhere, a bright light flashed out of the sky, as if the sun itself is reaching down the land. Out of it came Chacha Nehru from heavenly stairs. Everyone was stunned by the sudden appearance of Nehru. The violence stopped.
Those days were trying to kidnap our children by giving speed, making them unconscious, so that they can steal their organs and make money out of it.
Would you stop this utter nonsense? They themselves are youngsters. Would you know the difference between the liar and innocent by looking in their eyes?
They looked suspicious, and when we started to question them, they tried to run away.
Hold on, all of you. This mistake so happens to be on both sides, but it was started by you. They would have stood ground, but it is their mistake. But it is nothing what you did. Did you even think that they were lying and trying to kidnap? You could have asked for their ID cards. phone to their parents to vouch, or inform the police. You were on the mindset that they were lying and trying to kidnap. Where is the fairness in this? If they were not calling the police, why didn't you? Running from away danger is the internet solution. Face it and solve it. Do you know, my friend Karamchand Gandhi started his Satyagraha against British from your land. Those days, we were slaves under them, but now we are being a slave to the technology and its influence. You were so keen on knowing the news about the kidnappers, but you failed to see whether the message is true or not. This is not what I dreamt about a modern India. A thorough inquiry into the matter is always better than what you see and hear. Make that as your tagline. Because of your ignorance, you have murdered 24 innocents in cold blood without taking consequences. This is high time that you do.
As early as in the 18th century, thousands of men and women across the country left their homes and devoted their lives to free India from the clutches of British rule. Today, we who live in the 21st century are not under any foreign power. However, a worse enemy is oppressing our nation in the form of illiteracy, poverty, violence against women and children, casteism, communalism, and corruption. These evils are corroding our society from within. Our presentation today brings in three courageous characters, one each from the 18th, 19th, and 20th century. In their time, they fought the British fearlessly. Let's see what they plan to do today.
Sir, my daughter is missing since this afternoon, sir.
So why you are here? Go and search.
Sir, we searched everywhere, sir, but I can't find my daughter, sir.
I know finding a missing girl is difficult. We are busy in giving protection to
Sir,
VIPs.
please, sir, please,
I said go.
sir. Sir,
Sir, go.
Jay, I think he's expecting something from us. We give him money.
Do you have money with you? Sir, we have some.
Okay, write a letter and give. I will take your complaint.
Sir, you have done the complaint, sir.
Okay, I will proceed further. Go now. Every day we are getting a lot of complaints like this. Where to find it?
We can't believe the policeman, Guru. Let's search ourselves to find my daughter.
Yeah, sure. Search.
Betty! Where are you, Betty? Are you able to hear me? Betty! Betty, where are you?
Yeah, guys, come here.
Oh no! Betty! Who did this to you?
It is 2 months since the abduction, rape, and murder of an 8-year-old girl near Katwa in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. This is a grim reminder that the most important freedom, the right to life, is under threat in these times. But what if Bharathiyar, a poet, writer, journalist, activist, and a social reformer from Tamil Nadu were still alive today? What if Lakshmibai, the Rani of Jhansi, who fearlessly fought the British in spite of being a young widow herself, were here today and witnessed this crime? What if the 18th century queen, Velu Nachiyar of Sivaganga, who was the first queen to fight the British colonial rule, were here today to witness such atrocities?
You saw the body of woman. Can't you see the icon of your mother in it? You listen to your need of lust. Don't you hear the weeping of a sister in it? You touch down with wicked hands. Can't you sense your daughter in agony? I bow down to the shame as a poet, lacking words for describing the shame of it. Stabbing in the eye, destroying vision, like drinking your own blood for your thirst, eating your own flesh for your hunger. Heinous sinners, you raped yourself, your virility. You just not rape the women, because virility is to save and respect the femininity. Shameful naming you as a man where you are not even a human.
Rani Lakshmibai, what is Bharathiyar so upset about? Lakshmibai, didn't you hear it? Everyone is talking about it. No, what happened? An 8-year-old lamb was gang raped and brutally killed by a group of wolves. That gang was led by a 60-year-old temple priest. What? Why would anyone do that? The villagers wanted to drive away that community, so they killed that poor child to scare them off. This form of communalism will bring disaster to our beloved motherland. What has nothing been done about till now? See, that stupid police got bribed and hidden the evidence. So the court is now unable to beat the judgment. This corrupt police should be killed now. But we can't do that. So, what do you think? What should be done for this?
Our country's people have lost their moral values. We need to bring back our culture and moral values into our land. We should educate our children right from birth on the values we should have. Our education system should teach not just the technical matter, but how to be socially and morally responsible adults. We can only see a change through our children.
That's a good idea, but we need to change our brothers and sisters too. So, in those days, I formed an army to fight against the British. We can do the same now also, I think. So, we will form an army, but this battalion will not fight against people, but the wrong sorts of people by creating an awareness. Well, it's good to create awareness, but that will only solve future problems. We need to fight injustice now. This great injustice, then only our little girl will get justice. Yeah, that's correct. Let's call for a protest. I have just created a group called Party and I added you both as admin too. Let's add our friends and call for protest to create awareness. Sure. In those days, we fought for freedom from British. It's time to protest freedom for injustice.
Violence against women. Let's make a rule to break it. Let's break that rule if that makes it.
So how many of you are ready to protest for this great injustice to save Let's come for protest. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice. We want justice.
We want justice. We want justice.
We want justice.
We want justice. We want justice.
The protests and awareness created by the three freedom fighters has had far-reaching ramifications. Ministers who allegedly supported the rapists have been removed from their posts. The accused have been arrested and are awaiting trial. The Indian Parliament has passed the Criminal Law Amendment Bill, making the rape of girls aged below 12 years punishable by death. Section 166 of the IPC has been amended to provide for the punishments of public servants failing to register a complaint. Speedy investigations within 2 months has been brought in. No anticipatory bail is allowed for the persons accused. Finally, the Parliament has also passed the anti-corruption bill that punishes the bribe giver for the first time. On this Independence Day, let's take a pledge to create a battalion to raise awareness and to educate our children. It's time to protest when necessary, protest to protect. Jai Hind! Jai Hind!
Education, culture and heritage flourished during this period and people lived in harmony with nature. Knowing the richness, in 14th century, traders across the globe came for trading spices and other commodities. In 16th century, East India Company was established by the British. They used triangular trade which made our economy work. Our farmers were most affected. Later made us slaves and ruled our country for more than 300 years. There was a widespread anger and agitation. As a result, a revolt broke against them. It gave rise to the freedom fight. On the stroke of midnight, 14 August 1947, India got her freedom after a sacrifice of many lives. Now, after 71 years of independence, Let's see how our country and our citizens are.
Getting home in this peak hard traffic, really hectic. Can I get a cup of coffee? What happened?
I took her to hospital today. Doctor says her daughter has been diagnosed with blood cancer. They say it's a common issue nowadays due to bad food habits of this generation.
What? Bad food habits? I couldn't believe this. Why are you upset, Mani? What happened? Gautam, my 10-year-old daughter has been diagnosed with blood cancer. What? How come, Mani? She's just 10 years old. They say it's due to bad food habits of our generation. I get all quality foods from the departmental store manufactured by the multinational companies. If my daughter is getting disease having these foods, it's not her mistake. It's not my mistake. It's the policyholders and the government who are responsible for this.
Yes, what's happening in our country, Mani? So many diseases, we do not get quality food. Corruption in all departments. People don't follow traffic rules. Pollution everywhere. Women and children in my country are being raped and murdered. There are countless social evil around us. I am really frustrated.
Why did we get freedom? If British was here, they would have led us in a right way and we could have lived in a better country. If British was here, they would have led us in a right way and we could have lived in a better country.
Oh, boss. Boss, there is an anti-Indian.
Ha ha ha! Narayana, he's not an anti-Indian. That's the voice of a modern generation.
Oh, is it?
Start the spaceship. Let's go and beat him down. Who are you? What do you want?
You don't know him? After demonetization, the color of notes has changed and people have forgotten you, boss.
What?
Is he? Yes. He is modern Mahatma.
How can I believe it?
Bapuji, how come you are here?
Young man, you have a problem and I'm here to solve it. My 10-year-old daughter. Beta, I know everything. You are blaming the government and you felt British could have been here. You are insulting me and my fellow freedom fighters who gave our lives to free our nation. Hare Narayana, from our database, play the video of him during the farmers' protest.
Rolling, sir!
Hey, farmers, why are you protesting here? What's the problem?
Earlier, farming flourished, but now farming is becoming a great challenge.
What are all the challenges you face?
We do not get enough rains during monsoons, and when it rains, we get floods. Lakes and ponds have given way to apartments and colleges. Farmlands are being changed into roads, buildings, and industries in the name of modernization.
We forgot our traditional farming, following the modern agricultural technology. The excessive use of synthetic fertilizers, pesticides and herbicides are depleting our soil fertility. The modern technologies are fulfilling the food requirements, but these practices are leading to major environmental damage.
Government is allocating various funds for the agriculture. However, it is not reaching to the farmers across the country due to politics and corruption.
So you are blaming the government as the core reason for these issues?
No, we are not here to blame anyone. We worry people are very lethargic about this issue, and this is going to affect us and our generation very badly. This is the only generation that is going to see the death of its next generation.
We are IT guys, earning handsful monthly, got a home, car, leading a safe, unsettled life. Why do we need to bother about all the silly things happening around us?
It's a weekend, Marek.
It's time to party!
Machi, open the bottle!
You and your generation
just see issues, share mere thoughts, and do not respond immediately, and never intend to take collective and consistent action towards those issues. Finally, when it falls on your head, you fail to realize your responsibility and you start blaming others. You know what? Earlier, when our countrymen were slaves, we responded, which gave rise to freedom fight and eventually India became independent. You guys should also respond to the social evils that are happening around. Don't wait until it affects you.
Correct, Bapuji. Now I realized my mistake. But my daughter, how can she bear it?
You'll never truly understand something until it actually happens to you. That's why I made a small play. Don't worry now, your daughter is fine. Using my superficial power, I changed the medical report.
Really? Oh my god! I'm a living man now.
Beta, don't be too excited. Earlier British came to trade, made us slaves and rulers for more than 300 years. Now, don't let the history repeat itself.
So you mean not to support modernization?
No. Don't get me wrong. Look at me. Do I look like I'm against it? Modernization and globalization is great. But do not be too obsessed with it. Value the richness of our motherland and safeguard it.
Oh, okay. I now get it. But what is the solution for all the social ills that's happening here? Who is going to change it?
The problem lies in there. Why do you look for someone else to correct it? Don't you remember which I coined earlier? Be the change you want to see in the world. Then, now and forever, this is a solution for all the social evils prevailing in the society.
Yes. Now I realize. From now on, I will be the change.
That's good. But fellow citizens, taking pledge as an Indian will not do any change in India until you realize your role as an Indian citizen. The day our country will be a country of our dreams is not too far away. Okay, I have to go now, but I will come next quarter to evaluate all your performance appraisal.
Bapuji, last question. Whose report was that?
That's Narayan's.
Hello, Bal.
Good morning, one and all present here. Wish you all an advanced 71st Independence Day. Today, we are here to see one of our greatest leaders of Indian independence against British rule. By employing civil disobedience and non-violence, he led India to freedom. This show is just our imagination to check how the leader would have reacted in the present scenario which the current leaders have failed. Let us imagine he uses a time travel machine to travel from 1947 to 2018 to check how we use our independence.
Time 6 p.m. Siddhapur government has not passed.
Wow! Can I tell you something? Yeah, tell me. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
Can I tell you something?
Hey, this is too much for him. Let's take him out.
Hey, wait. Can I tell you something?
This is not the India I wanted.
Time 7 p.m. Hope College, bus stop. Time 10 a.m. Gandhipuram signal.
Hey you! Are you not ashamed of doing this shameful act? You
You people had created this mess and are fooling the people by cleaning it.
It is not my problem.
You're cheating the people who voted for you.
Kase.
What?
Someone has been having. It is not my problem.
Son, you started. Why can't you finish this?
Sorry, man.
I'm done.
Oh, Gandhi, it's good also, right?
Yes, I will. But you can finish this.
No, people are waiting for me. So it is far from Kaveri Dam.
Arey, even watchman can do that.
Kase.
Freedom has been handed over to the politicians instead of public. Whose mistake is this? Whoever it can. But I have to correct it. How am I going to correct it? Whom should I contact? Social media? Powerful, but need more. Officers? They're connected to the politician. Parents? They can, but need support. Teachers? Yes, definitely. I should target teachers and parents and correct it from the new generation.
Time 5 p.m. Gandhiji meets parents and teachers.
Namaste.
Namaste.
I have seen few instances. Nation is not safe. I think we have to start from new generation. As a parents and teacher, I request you to educate them to be self-disciplined, respectful, fearless and non-violent. Make sure and understand that they are the one going to bring change in the nation. And explain them they should continue to educate next generation without fail.
In a class, if a good student is harassed by all, what should he do?
Probably he cannot be only good student in the class. Some people will follow bullies and they're scared of them and they're trying to avoid their attention. Try and seek out those people. Remember, everyone has some good in them, no matter how big or small.
What is your advice for the people who wanted to change?
If you decided to change a part of your life, you need to be patient. Because there are days you might face pain and you need to courage to start up again.
If they are adamant to change?
Don't leave until you see the change. You are the most responsible for yourself. Take up the responsibility. Be good, be honest, be fearless, be self-disciplined and respect everyone. Are you ready for the change?
Yes.
Do you believe we can do this?
Yes, we can.
Shall we work on together?
Yes.
Come, let's go.
Both parents and teachers used Gandhi's principles like Satya, Ahimsa, Khadi, fasting, religion, Brahmacharya, and Swadeshi to teach their children. His principles are eternal. Those were useful in past and will be valid in future. Changes has not come easily. It started slowly but strongly. Now, it's 2047. We can witness some changes.
रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम.
Changes didn't come easily. It started slowly but strongly. Now, it's 2047. We can witness some changes.
You can't believe what I'm going to say. The headline says, now India is poverty-free nation. I'm very proud to say that we are the healthiest nation rather than the wealthiest nation.
விடியாத இரவின்றி எதுவுமில்லை, முடியாத துயரின்றி எதுவுமில்லை, வழியாத வெள்ளமின்றி எதுவுமில்லை, வாழாத வாழ்க்கையின்றி எதுவுமில்லை. அச்சம் இல்லை இனி அடிமை எண்ணம் இல்லை நம் காலம் இங்கே கூடி போச்சு கண்ணீர் மிச்சமில்லை அச்சமில்லை இனி அடிமை எண்ணம் இல்லை நம் காலம் இங்கே கூடி போச்சு கண்ணீர் மிச்சமில்லையே காலம் மாறி போச்சு நம் கண்ணீர் மாறி போச்சு நாளை நல்ல நாளை என்ற நம்பிக்கை உண்டாச்சு காலம் மாறி போச்சு நம் கண்ணீர் மாறி போச்சு நாளை நல்ல நாளை என்ற நம்பிக்கை உண்டாச்சு
ஜெய் ஹிந்த்